I am so excited to have a true icon of American music and entertainment with us today, Pat Boone. Pat has been, yes, it is the reaction that we just spontaneously give because Pat's been entertaining us for 70 years. And he's got a lot of stories to tell, and he does it in his typical smiling fashion in this new book, which may be one of the most important books that's on the market right now. And it's called If, the eternal choice we all must make. A true American original. I can't wait to dive into his life and experiences. Welcome back to the show, the one and only Pat Boone. Yes. You know what, Pat?
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Pat. I'm still blown away by the fact that you are going strong, writing books, playing golf, doing movies, doing albums, producing and singing at the ripe old age of 88 years old. Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah, really unbelievable.
I mean, God's left you here for a purpose.
Yeah.
One of which was to write this book. You told me something about this book. I'd never heard it. And I'd be honest, I mean, I've been going to church since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Never heard a sermon on this. That the word if is one of the most important words. Why is that word?
The most important word in the Bible is that little two-letter word, if. It's in there 500 times more than anything except and to. The Lord showed me a couple of years ago, and I had to write the book, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because it's a direct book telling people the way it is, and people don't really want to know always the way it is. As you notice, I say on the cover, it's not religious, but down at the bottom, I say it's the eternal choice you all must make. If is the most used word in the Bible. Not one blessing of God doesn't come with an if. Most people don't know that, but in the very beginning, in the Garden of Eden, everything was absolutely perfect. God gave one law, one command: don't eat that fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you die. They did, they died. And from there on, you can't find a blessing. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him shall not perish, but have what? Perish? But what do you mean perish? Shall not perish, but have everlasting life. The if is, if you don't receive him, you perish. And nobody wants to talk about that. No, even preachers today don't want to preach that. But the if, now all the way to the book of Revelation, where all the churches are established, including the ones you're going to visit on your tour. And I just visited this last year with the Green family on this fabulous ship. But I wanted to see the churches that Paul had established in his missionary journeys, and I did. But also the ones in the book of Revelation, established churches that Jesus is commending through John the Revelator in the book of Revelation. In some cases, some of you are good, but you have sort of lost your first love. But there's other churches that were established churches. He said, you're so lukewarm, I want to spit you out of my mouth. I mean, we got to wake up. We've got to start getting back to the word itself, but I love the Revelation 3:20, after he denounces the church in Laodicea that I did visit while I was in there in Turkey and Greece, is 3:20, which he says, I'd stand at the door and knock. If you'll just open the door, I will come in and dine with you.
And once again, he says, if.
Yeah, if again.
Yeah.
If again. If, throughout the whole Bible. It's the most important word because God wants us to have everything that he has created and wants us, if we will choose him. If we don't make the choice, that's why it's on the cover of the book.
Pat, you have had one of the most influential lives, not only as a Christian believer, but as an entertainer. And throughout all of these 70 plus years of doing what you've done it without scandal. You've done it by maintaining your testimony. I mean, that in itself
is dull.
Is a magnificent, no, it's not dull. It is wonderful.
I couldn't resist.
It's not dull.
No, it certainly has not been.
It's incredibly dynamic.
It's been an adventure, and it hasn't been easy either.
But, you know, I'm sure there were temptations to you, just like there were to anybody.
Yeah, I
But
was
you
once
were-
a teen idol.
You know, and I just can't imagine. But selling 50, 60 million records over the course of your life, number 16 in all-time record sales of anybody in the history of the world. That's pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I hope people will get the book.
It's so important, that book, because it is, I'm pleading with people that I don't know, but I love you all. And I want to talk to Bill Maher, who is so anti-religion.
Yep.
And I say on the cover of the book, it's not religious, but it is life or death. It's a relationship with the Creator of all things, who wants to be our Father and wants us to be His children. And you and I, we've lived knowing this. We have been blessed in our lives because God has blessed us, and we look to Him even when we stumble and make mistakes. We know, like a loving dad, He's going to put His arm around us and say, okay, you can do better next time. I forgive you. If you don't do that anymore, but if, it's always if. It's up to us.
It's a powerful, powerful message. Now, if you want to keep up with all the things that Pat Boone is interested in and involved in, and there's a lot of it, get this new book, If, the Eternal Choice We All Must Make. Or watch Pat's movie, The Mulligan.
Yeah.
We'll tell you all about how to connect to Pat's projects at Huckabee.tv. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Since you made it here to the end, that must mean you liked the video. So you might as well subscribe and hit that notification bell below. But if you really hated it, just click the like button 3 times.